So this is my vlog for my individual storyboard idea. I wanted to keep it quite simple and minimalist, just like how the neighbourhood works. So the neighbourhood's brand identity usually uses a lot of monochromatic colours and or tones rather, and we also put the band's name in there, and the band only ever work in black and white, so that's something that I knew straight away that I wanted to carry on with in my video. Another part was I wanted to not have just a narrative based music video. I mean, there is a narrative to my video with these two people trying to find each other or trying to replace a feeling of loss or something and with each other, but I also wanted to put in some imagery and surrealist elements to my video. So I've got the pocket watch. I've got the surrealist elements in the fact that I use the paint dripping down, and I've got what else I've got the ink spots swelling in the video, and I think they're all like imagery that symbolise different things. And in the video I wanted to use a variety of shot types as well and different techniques. So I used a lot of long shots to capture people moving around the city, and I also used mid shots to show the expressions on people's faces. I also used some close-ups in my video just to show different elements of the character. So for example, there's a lot of close-ups of smoking, of the smoke, which sort of links to the band's psychographic in a way, because drug culture and smoking and alcoholism is something that surrounds that band and the genre itself. The time lapses were important for me because the band themselves talk a lot about growing up and changing and evolving, and I feel like the time lapses really represent that idea, and it's something that I wanted to carry on with in my video. So the time lapses were quite important to creating that. My video is a mixture of a narrative and a sort of imagery sort of music video, just because I feel like over narrative pieces of work in music videos are just so cliche, and I didn't want to use them in that sort of sense, so I wanted to break it up with imagery, because having just a plain imagery video can get quite dull or boring, and people might not necessarily understand it, therefore not invest. So having a mixture of both of them was important for me, just to keep it a bit unique and natural. In our video as well, I wanted to in my idea for the video, I wanted to play with push-pull focuses, just because it makes things it creates a little bit of an enigma and a bit of ambiguity to the context of what's going on in the video, and that's something that the neighbourhood work with and they like. So having the ambiguous side with that, and it's quite artistic as well, which sort of links to the indie genre, and I just feel like that's something that I personally like and I think is really artistic, so I put that in our video as well. The cast is reasonably small, and I think that's just because to keep it simple, because the neighbourhood work with simplicity a lot and minimalist elements. So I created just a narrative between these two characters that was simple and easy to follow for people. And there are a lot of shots within a car or surrounding or moving and following a car, and I feel like when you're in your late teens, maybe early 20s, a theme is freedom and escaping, and I feel like when you get your car and you go out for a drive and you're going somewhere, you're usually escaping from something, and you have this freedom which comes with growing up, which is a theme that the neighbourhood talk about, is escaping and finding who you are. And I feel like having the two characters in there at that point symbolise the different emotions that those two characters are going through, and that they've come together to find that through whatever. And I also wanted to use the idea of track shots, because I feel like they're just so smooth and they just look really, really nice in videos, and they have a lot of meaning behind them, and it's just following these two characters, and it's just, that's an idea that I wanted to put in our video.